Have you ever felt that, no matter how hard you try, financial prosperity always seems to elude you? What if I told you there's an ancient secret, hidden in the Bible, capable of transforming not only your money, but your entire mindset? Psalm 23, known to many only as a prayer of comfort, carries codes of abundance and wealth that few understand. By connecting its teachings to the wisdom of Napoleon Hill, you can discover how to unlock opportunities and create a life of true prosperity. In this video, I'll show you how to use Psalm 23 as a practical tool to program your mind, develop a positive mindset, and apply the law of attraction in concrete ways. You'll understand how limiting beliefs can be blocking your success and how small habit changes can yield surprising results. Imagine being able to visualize your ideal life, attracting clients, opportunities, and wealth that previously seemed impossible. Before we dive into this transformative content, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any secrets about abundance and prosperity. Prepare to discover that true wealth begins in the mind, and that the path to financial freedom may be closer than you think. Are you ready for this journey? The Bible is not only a spiritual book, it also contains codes of abundance that many never perceive. Among these secrets, Psalm 23 stands out as a true map to prosperity and wealth, if interpreted with awareness and intention. When we begin to see beyond the literal, we realize that these words offer lessons on attitude, faith, and mindset, essential pillars for any financial transformation. It's curious how ancient lessons connect with modern principles of success, demonstrating that a positive mindset has always been the key to opening invisible doors. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, emphasizes something echoed in Psalm 23, the real obstacle to wealth is not a lack of money, but our limiting beliefs. The way we think, feel, and relate to abundance determines whether our actions produce results or not. The Bible, in this sense, serves as a guide for reprogramming the mind, connecting faith, intention, and action. It's fascinating to realize that concepts like the law of attraction and creative visualization were already present, even without modern names. And it's precisely this connection that we'll discuss in this video. I'll show you how to use Psalm 23 as a practical tool for prosperity, aligning its teachings with the wisdom of Napoleon Hill. Together, we'll explore what prevents most people from achieving wealth, how to transform limiting beliefs, and create habits that attract opportunities. By the end, you'll have a clear formula to begin transforming your financial and personal life. Prepare to discover that abundance is closer than you think, and that the power to attract it begins in your mind. Working hard without seeing results is a frustration many know all too well. You strive, give your best, but financial success always seems to elude you. Often, the real blockage isn't in the effort, but in the mind. Limiting beliefs about money and abundance create invisible barriers that impede the natural flow of prosperity. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket, no matter how much water you add, it always escapes. Recognizing these beliefs is the first step to transforming your relationship with wealth. The human mind is extremely powerful, but also very subtle. Small doubts, fears, and messages of scarcity absorbed throughout life shape how we perceive opportunities. The positive mindset, so emphasized by Napoleon Hill, works precisely to override these patterns. When we begin to apply creative visualization and understand the law of attraction, we realize that the blockage often lies in how we view money, not in its quantity. To illustrate, let's look at the story of Guillermo Mendez, a practical example of transformation. He faced financial difficulties despite working tirelessly in his store, feeling it was never enough. His situation demonstrates how mental perception determines results. By realizing that his limiting beliefs were the real obstacle, he was able to begin applying principles from Psalm 23 and Napoleon Hill to change not only his business, but his entire life. Guillermo Mendez owned a small ironworks in Colonia Narvarte, Mexico City. His business faced increasing difficulties due to competition and a volatile economy. Despite working tirelessly, his income barely covered his expenses, and he felt he was never making financial progress. This situation was challenging, but it also opened the door to questions about how the mind influences prosperity and abundance in our lives. The turning point came when Guillermo met Don Mateo, a retired mentor with experience in business and spirituality. Don Mateo introduced him to Think and Grow Rich and explained how Psalm 23 could serve as a practical tool for developing wealth and a positive mindset. Guillermo, initially skeptical, began to realize that words and principles that had previously seemed theoretical could actually transform his way of acting and thinking. Under Don Mateo's guidance, Guillermo began applying the concepts of creative visualization and the law of attraction daily, combined with the teachings of Psalm 23. Small changes in habits and perception began to produce signs of progress, demonstrating that true transformation began within the mind. Guillermo's story reminds us that prosperity is not just a matter of physical effort, but of alignment between mind, intention, and consistent action. The phrase, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," is an invitation to develop a positive mental attitude. It teaches us that trust and faith, combined with constructive thoughts, create the foundation of prosperity. Napoleon Hill emphasizes that believing in one's own potential is essential to attracting wealth, and this passage from Psalm 23 reminds us that our minds must be aligned with what we desire. When a positive mindset becomes a habit, opportunities that previously seemed distant begin to arise naturally. In "He makes me lie down in green pastures, He leads me beside still waters," we find a lesson on serenity and creativity. A peaceful mind is capable of generating innovative ideas and solutions that drive financial growth. Hill also argues that creativity is a central component of success, and Psalm 23 reinforces that rest, reflection, and visualization are fundamental steps in transforming dreams into concrete results. The sequence of the psalm, such as, "He will comfort my soul," "He will guide me in paths of righteousness," or, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil," connects us with a defined purpose and applied faith. "You set the table before me in the presence of my troublemakers, you anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows," refers to creative visualization and the law of attraction. Finally, "Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the day," reminds us of the importance of persistence and attracting continuous opportunities. Guillermo began his daily practice by reciting Psalm 23 as a form of mental programming. Every day before opening the store, he focused on the words and images of prosperity and abundance, allowing his mind to absorb the message of wealth and a positive mindset. Over time, this routine strengthened his confidence and clarity about the next steps to take in the business. Small details, like imagining satisfied customers and opportunities arising, began to create a tangible reality. Creative visualization became a constant tool. Guillermo would spend a few minutes imagining the success of his store, customers arriving with specific interests, and even situations that previously seemed impossible. These exercises sparked insights that he immediately applied, demonstrating how the law of attraction works when combined with conscious action. Soon, unexpected opportunities began to appear, such as a customer searching for old rags, a sign that the universe responds when we are aligned with abundance. With a renewed mindset, Guillermo decided to focus on a specific niche, materials and hardware for historical restoration. He implemented practical changes, such as creating a specialized catalog, an online presence, and workshops. His approach went from simply surviving to becoming creative and innovative. By consistently applying Psalm 23 alongside Napoleon Hill's principles, he transformed not only his business but also his relationship with money, discovering enthusiasm and clarity that previously seemed unattainable. Within a few months, Guillermo's changes began to yield concrete results. His business grew about 30% in just 2 months, demonstrating that the combination of a positive mindset, creative visualization, and consistent action works. More than just numbers, he noticed a steady flow of opportunities, clients, and partnerships emerging naturally, reinforcing that prosperity originates in the mind and manifests in reality. With his initial success, Guillermo decided to share his knowledge. He created mentoring programs and cultural workshops, helping other entrepreneurs discover market niches and strategies for sustainable growth. This exchange of knowledge generated more abundance, demonstrating that sharing knowledge and creating value further enhances financial results. The daily practice of Psalm 23 and Napoleon Hill's principles became a living inspiration for his community. The recognition didn't stop there. Local media began to notice his innovative approach, and partnerships with experts further strengthened his business. Guillermo became a leader in his niche, proving that aligning purpose, faith, and practical action creates not only wealth but also lasting impact. His story is a clear example of how applying spiritual principles and financial success can transform lives in concrete ways. Guillermo's first lesson is that prosperity begins in the mind. Having a defined purpose and a burning desire are essential to directing energy and actions efficiently. Without clarity about what one wants to achieve, even the most intense effort can be wasted. A positive mindset acts as fuel, while creative visualization guides each step, aligning thoughts and attitudes with the abundance one wishes to attract. Another important lesson is unwavering faith in one's own potential. Guillermo learned that belief, even in the face of obstacles, is essential to maintaining focus and persistence. Specialization and excellence in one's work ensure that opportunities are recognized and seized. The combination of practical action and spiritual principles creates a cycle of continuous growth, reinforcing that wealth is not only material, but also emotional and mental. Finally, the daily application of Psalm 23, aligned with Napoleon Hill's teachings, shows that personal and business transformation go hand in hand. Persistence, conscious action, and internal alignment yield visible results, and abundance ceases to be just a wish and becomes a reality. Guillermo proves that internal changes are the true catalyst for prosperity, and that anyone can replicate this journey by integrating faith, a positive mindset, and strategy. True wealth goes far beyond money, it involves mind, heart, and action aligned with universal laws. When we practice Psalm 23 daily and apply Napoleon Hill's principles, we begin to perceive opportunities that previously went unnoticed. This combination strengthens a positive mindset, increases clarity of purpose, and creates the conditions for prosperity and abundance to manifest consistently. The secret is simple, but it requires discipline, aligning thoughts, emotions, and actions with the vision of success we desire. Each step taken with intention multiplies, demonstrating that creative visualization and the law of attraction are not abstract concepts, but practical tools for transforming our lives. By taking control of our minds and cultivating unshakable faith, we open the door to concrete results and a more stable and rewarding financial life. Now, the question remains for you: are you ready to reclaim the abundance that has always been yours by right? Start today, decide to align your mind and destiny with prosperity, and watch how small internal changes generate powerful transformations. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any content that will guide you on this journey of wealth and personal growth. True wealth goes far beyond material wealth, it arises from the mind, the heart, and actions aligned with universal laws. When you practice Psalm 23 daily and apply Napoleon Hill's principles, you begin to perceive opportunities that previously seemed invisible. Every positive thought, every creative visualization, and every conscious action brings you closer to the prosperity and abundance you've always desired. Think, are you clear about your goals? Are you truly willing to change beliefs that limit your success? By aligning faith, a positive mindset, and strategy, anyone can transform not only their finances, but their entire life. Abundance isn't a coincidence, it's the consequence of intention, discipline, and purpose-aligned action. So, make your choice now, decide to apply these principles, transform your mindset, and watch prosperity manifest. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to follow more content that will guide you step by step on this journey of wealth and personal growth. The abundance you deserve starts with one simple step today.